This is Susan Wilbanks with blendedinsight.com. I am a holistic and integrative healing arts practitioner, an intuitive, and an energy healer. In this podcast, I share tips, tools, and suggestions that have helped me along my path in hopes of inspiring and helping you along yours. Let's get started with today's podcast topic. Hello, bright soul. We are in July, and I thank you for showing up and for joining me on another podcast. And I don't know how your month is going so far. It's gone by quick for me. This whole year feels really quick because there's so much going on. And I've been noticing this uptick of negativity in the collective. Now, I know it's been there like this for a while, but I've noticed it starting to wear on people again. And I'm really hyper aware of my surroundings. I'm hyper aware of the vibrations, and I'm just plugged in to where I've been able to notice these patterns of ups and downs in the collective, and then how it spins off, even in the spiritual community, because we're, like I always say, we're all in the same fishbowl. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that today, because one of the ways that I've been keeping myself disconnected from that energy is by recalling things that make me smile. And this is something that has been proven. It's called positive memory training. If you can disconnect from the collective and bring your mind to things that make you smile, things that you're grateful for. That's why they talk about a gratitude practice. It's been proven that if you actually do a journaling process where you think about things that you're grateful for every day and you write it down, it actually begins to build momentum and change the trajectory of your life. Why? Because our emotions create vibrations, and the universe speaks in vibrations. So that's why we talk about high vibration, minding your own vibration, worrying about your own vibration, and getting it to a really high state. So that way the lower vibrations don't really bother you or have access to you, because you don't want to connect to it. What we connect to energizes things. So I've shared lots of times in podcasts that I'm not much of a journaler. But I will say, when you write things down, you ground the energy. You know, paper is made of wood. There's something grounding about writing it down. And so you don't have to write it down, but it does help. And, you know, we all have different things that we're drawn to. So what I've noticed is there's a couple of people that aren't close friends of mine, more associates, but they're starting to really dig in the past and really harp on politics. They're harping on history. And the thing is, your mind doesn't know the difference between past and present, not even future. So that's why, if you notice, if you're thinking about something from the past, if you're conscious and you're aware, you can notice how it feels in your body. And if you're worrying about something happening in the future, you will actually get the physical symptoms as if you are in danger in your body when all you're doing is sitting in your meditation room, you know, sipping tea, and your body thinks that it's in danger because you're doing it to yourself with your thoughts. So our mind is so powerful, and I know we know it. So I don't want to be redundant, but it's a good reminder when things start to ramp up that, wait a minute, I have control over what I choose to think and what I choose to put my attention on. The only thinker in my mind is me. And so one of the things that I've been doing is just thinking randomly throughout the day, 5 things that make me smile, bring it to my attention. So I'm just going to offer it to you. Think about 5 things that make you smile. For me, if I'm thinking about today, 5 things that make me smile, I could go on forever with this, but there was the most beautiful butterfly. It was huge. I was in my kitchen cleaning dishes, you know, rinsing them off to put them in the dishwasher, and the biggest butterfly came up to the screen and kind of just sat there like eye level for a few minutes. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And then it flew off, and it really made me smile. So the butterfly made me smile. Kind and helpful strangers. You know, I went to the grocery store, and the systems had went down halfway through my order. So this lady was scanning my stuff, and she was really sweet. And all of a sudden the systems went down, and she was having problems. And she was so apologetic, and it wasn't her fault, but there was a big line, and people are getting irritated, and I mean, it's more than ever in the collective. I don't know why, but people just are, because they're just tired. People are tired. They're emotionally exhausted. They're physically exhausted. They want some relief. And then right when you think there's a little bit of relief coming, the rug gets yanked again. So I get it. But because I was with her as it went down, she had to move all of my things to a different register and ring everything up again. And she was so apologetic, and I was telling her, it is okay. It's not your fault. I'm not in a hurry, and I don't mind. Just do what we have to do. But she was so grateful for my patience that she gave me like 20% off my grocery order, which she didn't have to do. So I was very, very grateful for that. And it made me smile because I believe everything is aligned, and everything is an opportunity for you to tune in and choose a higher reaction or a higher vibration. Third thing that makes me smile is headbutts from my cat, because she used to not do that, and now she does. She's become very affectionate, and she's 9 years old. When she was young, not so much, but now she's very affectionate, and it really makes me smile every time she does it. Also because, cats have their favorites, and I'm her favorite. So when she headbutts me and my daughter, it's this little joke that we have going on between us. She headbutts her too, but I'm always teasing like, well, I mean, I'm her favorite. What do you, we just tease each other. So that's funny, and it makes me smile. The sound of silence makes me so happy, which sounds weird, right? What's the sound of silence? I mean, when it is completely silent and I can hear myself breathe, even because it's so quiet, and I can hear my guidance, brings me the most immense joy, and it puts a smile on my face every time. A good night's sleep. Oh my goodness, just thinking about it makes me smile. I could go on for this entire podcast. You'd be so exhausted listening to all the things that make me smile. But it doesn't have to be anything big. A cup of tea makes you smile. The fact that your body is working so hard to support you, that could be one of the things that make you smile. Family members, friends, your work. I used to have this favorite pen. I still have a favorite pen, but it just wrote so smoothly, and it just had a glide about it. It was so comfortable to hold, and it would make me smile every time I would pick it up, the little tiny things. And yes, it's something physical, but I'm here in a physical body to experience physical things. I don't have to be attached to it. Obviously, I don't have that pen anymore, but I can still enjoy it. And I can use these things to help me get into a very high vibration and to focus on feeling good. So, what are 5 things that make you smile? I just wanted to hop on and just ask you to think about that so we can keep our vibrations high and help each other continue to focus on the higher path and just have the most enjoyable experience possible in a not so enjoyable time in history right now. It's not that great. It really isn't, but we can always find things to be grateful for. And that's what we're here to do. And honestly, saying it's not that great, it's probably a judgment, because I know we're going through a mass awakening, and I know this is part of the plan. All I'm saying is that when you're in the pit, it doesn't feel very fun. When you get out of the pit and look back, then it's like, oh, after you've rested and you've gotten some reprieve, then it's like, oh, it wasn't that bad. But when you're in it, it can be challenging. So you've got to really develop those mental skills and the vibrational skills to keep yourself motivated and looking at the big picture and moving forward. So that's all I wanted to share, and we can go into a healing. Okay, and so it is. You can come back into your body. And if you haven't left me a review on iTunes, I would so appreciate it. And if you're not on my newsletter, you can do so over at blendedinsight.com. And I do not send emails out that often, but when I do, that community is the first to know about anything that I have to share. So it's always good to sign up because we don't ever know what's going to happen with these public platforms. These times are a bit nutty. So I want to wish you a beautiful week and a wonderful July. We'll talk next week. Take care. Bye-bye.